What time is it? Ooh, we're a little late. Okay. Are we good? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, guys. Reporting live in the actually in the park. Yes. Okay. Hold on. Sis got out the car and we're sitting here with the ladybugs, okay? Cuz it's working woman Wednesday and sis sis is handling that business. Good morning. I got something cute for you guys. So you know my mic. I got an adapter thing. So this is two separate things. Immediately going in. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. So this did not come with it. Okay, this piece right here. This fits in. So you can hold it like, and you don't have to be awkward with it. I ordered this separate on Amazon. So I made this you have to upload like a design. So allegedly, okay. Is this working? Can you guys hear me okay? Is it better? Because it's kind of awkward like holding it all that time. It kind of like, so I was like, you know what? Let me just do my setup. Let me just, since it's the mobile studio, let me just go ahead and go full on out. I really need to make one. I don't really want to have, well, I might need another one. And I'm going to put Love, Lies, and Lace Fronts on it. Is it good now? Let me check my sound. Jeez. Okay. Guys, I went live. We're getting ready to have an interview with a squirrel. No, I'm just kidding. Hold on. Okay. Guys, if you could see my mobile setup right now, you guys are going to be like, what in the hell is Fran doing in the park? Mom camp day 3. Let's talk about it. Okay, hold on. Sis is having fun. That's number one. That's the first thing that I'm doing. Okay. Um, Sis is having a good damn time. Mom camp day 3. Okay, here we go. Okay. Let me turn the volume down. Oops. Okay. All right. So I wonder if I can put this right here. Clearly I don't need to have it up as close as I was. Okay. Let me see what you guys are talking about. Okay. Guys, good morning. It's Wednesday. Um, Tennis is right over here. Let me let you guys see behind me. We're recording live from near the tennis courts, as you can see. And your girl is over here. I didn't feel like being in the car, and there's such a cool breeze right now. It's so pleasant. The weather is absolutely beautiful. There is a nice little breeze happening, and sis has her Aquafina. Okay. And that's what's going on. Pineapples, what's good? Hey, Lex, good morning. Guys, okay, real quick. I went live last night on uh, OSIP, and we had some conversation, girl. We gonna have to go over there. When I get home, I'm like so loving sitting outside. I might be outside on some OSIP as soon as I get home because I need to talk about something very messy that's happening. Do I look like I'm a little incognito though with this dark sunglasses and the jacket in the park? Anyway, there's something very messy going on the YouTube streets that I want to talk about, and I'm going to talk about it over there on OSIP because it's a little messy. There was some stuff in my there was a sis who messaged me with a link to a video, and it was very interesting. I caught about half of it. Um, Another thing to pay attention to in the live, there's a little shopping bag. If you click on the shopping bag, I linked some specific things. I linked a couple of my fave, what I'm wearing right now as far as some perfumes are concerned, some Joe Malone, some Maison, some MFK, which I'm sure you guys probably all already have, but if you don't, I linked them. What else did I link? I forgot, but if you click the shopping bag, oh, I clicked some BougieGang essentials, backpack, biker shorts, uh, leggings, all of the things. Just click the shopping bag to get your BougieGang attire. You know what? I need to be in Bougie Gang tomorrow. Tomorrow I will be Bougie Gang down, okay? I'll be in Bougie Gang down so you guys don't get it twisted. You guys know I wear Bougie Gang stuff pretty much all the time. So you'll see me featuring my own merch on a regular, but that was a miss on my behalf. I probably should have done that today, but I did not. So, okay. Who were the gang stars today? Let's see. Am I playing? Okay, here we go. I think I'm behind. Okay. Let's see. I want to see what all you guys are saying. Happy Juneteenth, yes. And so Juneteenth, yes. Happy Juneteenth. I know you guys do it big in Texas, Juneteenth. I saw something recently about there was like a settlement. It's like a little town. If I can find it, the guy's name is Czech or something like that. He went to a settlement, it was a settlement of free Native American and free Native American and African slaves from Florida who ended up going to Oklahoma and then going to Mexico, and their Independence Day is on June 19th, which was really incredible too, because I was like, oh wow, that's Juneteenth. um, and they are all so like in 1830 or something, 1850, something like that, Mexico allowed these slaves to come to Mexico, and all they asked them to do was defend the border. um, it was interesting. He went to this town, and I guess he was looking for, he'd heard, and it was like a whole vlog. I don't know if you follow this guy or not. He does like travel videos. He's pretty cool. He goes like all over the world and goes to try to find people from the African diaspora. He's from Florida. It's pretty cool. He has a great channel. I don't know if you guys know who I'm talking about, but you saw it? Yeah, wasn't it good, India? It was so good, right? And he's like real cool about it. I mean, he talks to you, and you are definitely learning as you're watching, but it doesn't feel like preachy documentary. It just feels like, oh, it's a travel vlog, right? Anyway, so interesting. I will find it and share it because it was really, really good. He went to Egypt too, and went to an area um, where he was looking for something. I don't want to not do it justice, but he's got a great channel and I definitely highly recommend. Anyway, let's get into it, guys. There's a couple of dear friends I want to read. Also, what was from yesterday that I wanted to recap on? I don't have any new news on the lawsuit. I have nothing new to report. Once service is provided, your girl will be bringing you that up to date. Someone did have a comment though, saying that YouTube has gotten out of hand and people's personal info. Look, at the end of the day, um, when you are a public figure, like if I had a lawsuit happening right now, if I had a plumber suing me, if I had any sort of mishap, fumble, trip and fall, anything, don't think that someone is not going to hit that go live button. I mean, and it's not on some, that's just what people do. People are interested, okay? Um, People are interested, and that's just how it goes. But yes, happy Juneteenth to everyone. Um, I know that in certain areas of the country, they really, really, really do it up big. And right today here in Charlotte, it's very low key. They probably did have some celebrations this weekend. I'm going to be honest, it probably got wrapped up in Father's Day, and we didn't attend anything Juneteenth. So we were busy with Father's Day, so we missed it. But I'll see what's going on. They might have some stuff going on somewhere, so we'll check it out. But maybe this weekend they might be wrapping up some stuff. But I suspect we missed the Juneteenth stuff. This is the thing about being outside too, though. It really does activate my allergies. Y'all, we are about to start our walk with the grandmother of. There's some damn ladybugs all over the place. Okay. The grandmother. Wow. You know what? Girl, there's an ant. Now, when I see a spider, that's when I draw the line. If I see a disrespectful ass spider, y'all, we gonna be on the go. We are gonna be we are gonna be walking through this park and not playing, okay? The minute the minute that I become Miss Tuffet, little Miss Muffet, sat on her Tuffet, and along came a spider, girl, and sat right beside her, girl, I will be okay. Um, I'm trying to get with you guys. Anyway, to the gang stars, thank you for getting here first. I don't know who got here first. I'm gonna be honest. I cannot. I can't go back that far, so my bad, y'all. I missed who got here first, but thank you to the gangsters. You are in the park with a microphone. I sure am. Yes, I am. You guys may have missed it. So I bought this. Of course, it's on Amazon. Um, my microphone fits right into this little attachment, and then you could order this piece. And I thought this was going to be on some, well, you never know when I'm going to have to go and interview someone for some Real Talk Bougie. So I went ahead, and I also just only wanted to order one because I wanted to see what it looked like. But I will order a Love Lies and Lace Fronts and OSIP. But this one kind of covers it all. I mean, all of my channels are all specific to me, my brand. So I'll let you see. So I did it kind of clouded out because I didn't want it to be like a distraction. So, and then you can put the, then you can put the windscreen, the wind guard over it. It's not a wind guard. I forget what you call this, but anyway, the foam cover to your microphone and et cetera, et cetera. So, if you're seeing like people who are carrying these a lot now, they might have their little mic inside, because you can just, that way it's easier to carry. So, how is everybody doing today? When I tell you, I am so enjoying these little on the go outside chats. I cannot even tell you how much I'm really enjoying this. This has been so much fun. Just doing something different, and also, I guess doing something different and just engaging in a different way. So I'm really, really enjoying this Mom in the Park series. Um, Cause yeah, I really wasn't gonna drive back home just to drop her off for an hour and a half. And also, I don't know these people. Like I told you, I cannot play around with Boo Boo because my husband he'd be very upset. So I don't really leave. I'm not gonna leave her until I really get to know these folks. So anyway, reminds me of Jeanette, the news lady. Oh, really? Happy Juneteenth, everyone. Everyone coming in. Is Juneteenth, everybody? Okay. Celebrity Juicer, I see you. Olivia Pope, good morning, good morning, good morning. Let me see. Let me adjust this. Hold on. Okay. Hold on. Let me put this down. Let me make an adjustment. I feel like on this setup, ooh, there's so many ants. I almost feel like I should put my bag in the car. Okay, it's on 1 minute. Okay. Okay. Okay, guys. Let me pull up my dear Fran. Someone messaged me yesterday and said, "Fran, I sent you a message and I haven't heard you talk about it. I sent you a dear Fran. I haven't heard you talk about it." And we probably haven't done a dear Fran in a month. So, um, let me find my bookmark. When I tell you, like, there's all these damn ants, I'm like, where do they even? It's like they just come out of nowhere. Like I said, if I see a spider, y'all, I'm gonna get up real cute and pretend like I'm not and where are my bookmarks? Okay, bookmarks, dear Fran. Okay, okay. All right, let's go with this first one. Okay, I'm gonna show this to you guys. All right, dear Fran, let me turn it this way. Dear Fran, me and my husband have been together for 17 years. We are now 29. I love my husband very much, but over the years, I've had such a hard time with his mother. These damn mother questions. Okay, let me stop. Okay. Girl, it's like I can't even stop myself from doing a reaction immediately. Me and my husband have been together since we were 17. We are now 29. So what is that? 12 years? Okay. So me and my husband have been together since we were 17. We are now 29. I love my husband very much, but over the years, I've had such a hard time with his mother. She's even said ugly things about me to other family members, and it's gotten back to me. She told my husband a few years ago that he could do better. Since our first daughter was born, I've set some very strong, I've set, it says sat, but since our first daughter was born, I set some very strong boundaries, and I know some have hurt her, but it had to be done. For the past few months, she's been trying to change, but when it comes to her, I'm really stuck in the past. I want to try for my husband and kids, but don't know if I can. Big sis, what should I do? Let me tell you something. First of all, you cannot, okay, cannot come between a child and their mother, okay? My mom might just be a mess, okay? Now, your husband has to be the one to respect you. You cannot change her. You have to accommodate for your husband. That's his mother. You know what I'm saying? She can't step all over you. She can't make you and she can't break you. But you have got to try to make this work if you love your husband. If you love your husband, you're going to do what you got to do to make this work. Now, I'm not saying let her step all over you. I'm not saying be a doormat. I'm saying get in your car and say, Mavis, good morning. Um, I'm picking you up. We getting ready to go and have some lunch. Like at the end of the day, this is what I also want to say. You might not like her. Maybe and it's on some she doesn't like you, or she's a busybody, or he's a mama's boy, or whatever the reason, right? But at the end of the day, it is not good for your family. It will be the downfall of your family if he feels like he cannot openly be with the woman that he loves before he loved you, which is his mother. You know what I'm saying? He will put her in her place when he sees her doing you wrong when you are doing the right thing. If both of y'all being stubborn, both of y'all being petty, trust me, she will win every single time. You don't want a man who picks you over his mother. You want a man who puts you in your rightful place as wife and puts his mom in her rightful place as mother, and it's respectful. Any type of man who feels like he's got to make a choice of mom or daughter, it's not going to be a good place to be. It's not going to be a good husband to have. It's not going to end well. The kids are going to be confused. It's always going to be a power struggle. You got to remember, you can give him something she can never. And I'm talking about that middle, okay? You are giving her that middle that he can't get from nobody else. You're giving him what he can't get, what nobody else has. You're the mother of his child. You're the woman that he asked to marry. Are you kidding me? That's very special. That's very special. And don't underestimate that. Um, do not feel any type of way. If she feels that he could have done better, yes, that is offensive. She's not fucking you. Okay? If he feels like he could have done better, that's for him to say, I love her. Did he check her when she said that? You know, there's people out here. Look at Mama Joyce and Candy. How many times does Mama Joyce talk about damn Todd, and then Todd sitting up there and just laughs? I mean, look, okay, Candy could have married a rocket scientist, but a rocket scientist didn't want. Every man got a woman. Everybody didn't want Candy. Okay? Everyone went looking for Candy. Candy's a good catch. Candy's a nice woman. Candy's got a thick body and all that kind of stuff. She's a rich woman, everything. But rocket scientist, brain surgeon, um, owner of the IT company, all of those things was not checking for her. But Mr. Todd Tucker did. And that's who she wants. So you have to stand on it and say, Mom, that's my husband. Where your husband at? Okay? Does Mama Joyce have a husband? That's why Candy's sitting there laughing and celebrating 10 years, okay? Don't be in divorce court and fall for the okey doke because mom wants her son all to herself, okay? Do not do that. Anyway, put mom in her place. Sometimes you just have to call people and have an outer body experience, knowing good and well this really is not you. But you got to grow a pair of balls, call mom and say, what, you know what I'm saying? And even make her uncomfortable. Start calling her mom. Sometimes we have to grow in our grace. And sometimes growing in our grace is doing things like, hey, Granny. Hey, Mom. Whatever the kids or your husband call her that too. If her name is Mildred, Mavis, Miss Donna, um, uh, Miss Janice, whatever you call her what the kids call her. If they call her Granny or Nana, hey, Nana, what's up? You know what? I want to take you out. I'm coming by to pick you up, and I'm not taking no for an answer. Are you ready? Okay, I'll be there. Sit there, go take her out, go over to the house, sit your ass on her couch without your son. Ask her what the problem is. Tell her, don't ask her why, don't ask her how. You be you. You cannot flip on a dime and become the woman that she thinks you need to be for her son, but it is okay to ask her why she thinks you're not good enough and tell her, is she those things? Is she that? Maybe there was another girl that he liked better. But that wasn't what was meant to be, and her son is a man, and I commend him for making his own pick, right? Anyway, build bridges, not don't tear down bridges. Build pathways, not obstacles. Make sure that you are representing, because it is about you, but when it's about the family, when it's about the kids, when it's about everybody, it's about you're representing for your husband and your children, and you don't want them missing out on that grandmother experience and it having your name all over it. You know what I mean? Because girl, that's going to be something that goes on for generations. That's like a generational curse. You don't want to inflict that on your family, to be the one that Christmas got awkward. And also, if you were to find out that she does that to everybody, she might do it to everyone. So don't feel special that she's doing it to you. She's questioning you. Nobody around her might not be good enough. You understand? What's 504 saying? Marrying into a family that doesn't like you is a hassle. That's not worth it. Y'all can have him. Um, you know what? To me, it wouldn't matter who likes me. I'm gonna be honest. I don't care. As long as he loves me, that's the most important. Because you know what? When I lock my front door and we handle our business, you look, let me tell you something. all of this Hollywood, we did Thanksgiving, everybody got together and sang Chris Brown Christmas songs. That's so fake. That doesn't does when did that happen with y'all? Do y'all do that? If that happens, that might happen once every 5 years. Y'all get an Airbnb, go to the mountains, go do something. All of this Big Mama's family and everybody getting together 50 deep, 25 deep over at Nana's house. That happens every blue moon, and keep in mind, everybody doesn't show up. Medea, all of these, Medea's Sunday meal. Girl, that is not real. That's Hollywood. If that happens over to you guys' house, that's good. But everybody liking you is that's not real. That's not real. That doesn't happen. Who wants to go to somebody's house every single weekend and miss out on what you work hard to pay for and you don't have any time to spend in your own house? Who runs out the house all weekend to go be over at some other people's house? I don't. I enjoy my home to the fullest, okay? We go out every now and again. We have a good time. We go see our people. They come over to our house. We enjoy each other. But thinking that everybody in the family, oh, I get along with this one, I get along with that one. I have a beautiful relationship with my sister-in-laws, my brother-in-laws on both sides of my family. Um, on my side and on my husband's side. I love all of them. But we don't see each other every single day or every single week. I love my mother-in-law. My mother-in-law is so awesome because she has her own life. She does her own thing. She is very much um, appropriate, graceful, tactful, all of the things. Like, I could not have asked for a better mother-in-law to fit my personality type. Some people got to understand everybody is not going to give what you think you want to get from them. Some people feel like they want a damn second mother out of a mother-in-law, which you got to understand that's his mother. Okay, your mother is over there. His mother, you know what I'm saying? So you got to just be a woman and stand up. You can't let another woman push you. You're not going to let a woman push you around at work, are you? Okay? Handle as the leader, as the female, as the queen of the castle. You cannot let another woman in leadership disrespect you. She's queen over to her house, and you don't want to be disrespectful, but you want her to know, like, I heard what you said, I didn't like it, how can we move on from here and keep it moving? But you got to build bridges and not take it as, and if she feels like he could have done better, that's her right. You may have a son one day and you might feel, and sis was over there stripping to earn tuition for medical school, but she's a doctor. And you might feel like that nice girl over there who lived a good, clean, so you think wholesome life, but she still ended up with your son, is the better choice. And he wants the ex-stripper doctor, but you want him to marry the Sunday school teacher, okay? And he might not want that. And you're going to have to deal with that. Just understand that the situations that you resist will persist, and you could end up unleashing something where you're going to have to deal with the very same thing again with the children that you have. You understand? Okay. You know me and my family stuff. I'm very I respect family, and at the end of the day, I'm not big on cutting people off and stuff like that. I don't care how foolish they act. I know how to shut my door and lock it, okay? And I also know how to not pick up a phone if I feel like I don't need to, and I also know how to tell people what's on my mind, what I'm thinking, and you are not going to do me, okay? I'm not going to do you, and you're not going to do me, right? Okay. That's my answer on that. And sis says she would be listening per usual, so I think you know who you are. And sis, I wish you good luck with that, because and many, 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 many blessings. And sis, when you go talk to mom, mom is gonna have a whole new respect. Okay, that was this letter right here. I will screenshot this and post it, y'all. Okay. Moving right along, let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next one. This next one was, what are your thoughts on prom 2024? Do you think some people do too much? So I had to really, So I don't have any clips to show you guys. You guys know, in the black community, we do, this is one kid said this is our Met Gala. Okay, these kids are growing up watching red carpets. They were born with us in the hospital watching Joan Rivers and what are you wearing? Okay, these kids know all about red carpets. What are you wearing? They know all about fashion designers. These kids are raised up on Met Gala. Who are you wearing? MTV Awards. These kids want their moment to shine. They feel like they worked hard and they deserve it. Some areas of the country, some big cities, some small places, they want to do the most. You know we love to do the most. You know we love to showboat. You know how we like to do. So are the kids doing the most? I do think that I don't like the nude bodice. You know me, no boobs, no belly, no butt. Farrah called me out today and said, "Mom, I see your cleavage." I was like, "I'm grown." And I don't have my boobs out. And even if I did, it's just a breast, like at the end of the day. But at all jokes aside, um, I don't think that I think some are doing too much. If you have to go financially in debt, um, I don't think that that's the right thing to do. But if somebody wants to spend um, an over the top amount to send their kid off to college or their future in a big way, that's their money. Are the kids doing too much? Kids will always do too much, and we love to do too much. And I am making a overgeneralization, but I can speak as being a black woman for over 50 years. At the end of the day, we do a lot, and we love it. Okay? I love it. I love doing a lot and I love doing the most, and I'm not going to lie. You know what I'm saying? Um will we do a lot and the most for Farah? I don't know that's what she likes, but who knows about her date? Her date might be like, I don't know what her date's gonna want. So now, but I don't like the nude bodice. I like a age appropriate dress. I do feel like some of the dresses are way too grown for some of these girls. But that's a choice between the parents. And I would not feel comfortable on a date night sending my daughter out with a 17-year-old who is probably horny, who probably is puppy loving on my daughter, and think that it's okay to send her out 50% covered. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to send my daughter out with a nude bodice dress with appliques on her boobies and feel like I won't be able to sleep. You know what I'm saying? So, no. And does it have a zipper? Absolutely. So she could be covered head to toe and things could still happen. I just don't I don't I wouldn't feel comfortable with that. That wouldn't be something I'm going to pay for. I think there's ways to dress very age appropriate, give the look and the aesthetic that they think that they want without showing too much and aggravating a already tenuous situation, which is teenage horniness. Okay, I'm not doing that. I'm not sending my kid out for a long evening adult date night, which will be one of the milestones of her life, to not have a great experience and and be put in a position to feel, you know, to feel like she's not being treated as a lady. I think that, not to say that any other girls didn't have a good experience, but I don't want her body to be the focal point. I want the prom, the celebration, the night out, the clubs, the dinner, the feeling adult, the enjoying having your limo, your party bus, your friends, and getting a taste of what a adult night feels like, minus sex. I'm just gonna say it, and minus the pressure of feeling like sex is an issue because someone is feeling some type of way because I bought you a dress that's got you out on display. You know what I mean? Not saying anything aggressive or bad's gonna happen. I'm just saying I'm not going to contribute to that type of thing. You know what I'm saying? You guys got me. Okay. Let's see. Hey, piano praiser. And I did the most for prom for our daughter. She has a full ride academic scholarship, and absolutely, I'm sure it was really, really nice. I went with her friend girls. She wasn't ready for the date part. Okay, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like every parent is going to do what they feel comfortable. I've seen people, they decorated like people, it was either like New York, Chicago. It was somewhere where some people had like a townhouse, brownstone, limestone type of setup. And they decorated out the whole front of their house. People had DJs out front. You've got kids, like they've done everything from like a full pre-party reception to also very simple. I mean, I just feel like people need to do what they feel comfortable with. People need to spend the money that they feel comfortable with. Um, but specifically, I'm touching on the dresses because some of the dresses to me, if that mom and dad feel comfortable sending their kid out in that way, with a very like adult type of gown on, that's their business. I'm not judging. Most of the girls I saw, all of them looked very beautiful, very much giving prom, very much excited, very much earning their spot to be celebrated at that moment. So I'm not going to rain on anybody's parade. I think the question was, do I think that they're doing the most? Of course. When do we not do the most? It's like I'm sitting here in the park with my reporter microphone, right? Okay. Sis doing the most, okay? Cuz that's what I do. Okay? Um where are my questions? Hold on. Guys, and if you have a question you think BougieGang can help you solve it, go ahead, make sure to send me. I will have a bookmark for Dear Fran and make sure to come through. Let me see. Hopefully we are doing good on likes. Okay, hold on. Individual. What are your thoughts on 2024 proms? Do you think people are doing too much? Yeah. I think the proms are wonderful. Last bit of this, I think the proms are wonderful. I think proms, they're not going anywhere, and yes, people are doing too much, and that's okay. I don't have a problem with that. Okay. Next question. Just screenshot it. Okay, let's see. Okay. Ooh, a good work question. Okay, y'all, here we go. My area of expertise. Okay. Hi, I've been with my company for 10 years. Throughout the 10 years, I haven't been happy with my salary. Myself Although I worked myself up from earning $50,000 to $100,000, gradually working my way up, I've always felt I've been offered a salary on a lower end of the range of my expertise. I really would like to keep working for my employer, but I feel cheated every day. Okay, so resentment's coming in, especially the last 3 years. I should be making at least $30,000 more. Should I ask for what I want or just look for other opportunities? If I ask for what I want, should I make it clear that if I don't get the pay I should be getting, that I'm leaving, or should I let them read between the lines? You know, my number one, I'm going to say, why do I feel like I hear stuff behind me? Girl, do you imagine if there was like a bear behind me? First of all, let me make sure the sound is good. I'm sure you guys would tell me. Hold on. Like I hear stuff behind me. Girl, do you imagine if there was like a bear behind me? First of all, this is so much fun. I cannot tell you how much I'm loving this. Okay. Okay. All right, let's break this. Let's break it on down. Um Baby, you should already be looking for another job. That's what I'm going to tell you. This is, if I were going to title this to a separate video, I would say, baby, you should already be looking for another job. Did you really need to write me for me to tell you this? But okay, guys, we have 249 spectators at the moment. Go ahead, look at your phone. Make sure you're subscribed. If you are subscribed to this channel, make sure your notifications are set and go ahead and hit the like button for me. Hit the thumbs up, hit the heart, whichever one you'd like to hit. Go ahead and hit it and get that popping for me. I so appreciate it. Likes do matter on these live streams, so I appreciate y'all very much. Anyway, okay, let's get back into this letter. I've been with the company for 10 years. So 10 years, in 10 years, what you're saying is, and this is not necessarily how it happened, but in 10 years, sis went from making 50 to making 100. So she has basically doubled her salary in 10 years. Okay, that's number one. Now, she didn't tell us if she did it through promotion. Did she do it? She said she's gradually worked herself up. So, have you been officially promoted? Have you just increased your workload and also incremental raises? So let's just say over a period of 10 years, she's probably averaged about a 7 to 8% increase over 10 years, because look at it this way. If year one you're making 50, the next year you got a 10% raise, which is pretty good because most people don't get 10% raises. That then you're making 55. So then your next raise is going to be based off of 55, right? So 55, you're looking at a $5,500 increase. Now you're making 60,500. So your next raise is 6, right? So let's not look at it as a 5% increase every year or 10% increase every year. Let's look at it as probably somewhere of an average. She's probably averaged somewhere between 7 to 8%, and maybe she got a bump or two by getting a raise. So I would even say she's probably netting about a 5 to 6% increase annually, with maybe 1 to 2 promotions factored in. Okay. All in all, someone who has doubled their salary, I guarantee you there are people at your job right now who have not doubled their salary. Is that your business? No. No, it's not. I had a job once where I worked there for about 8 years, and girl, baby, only way I made more money was when I made more commission. But we're not talking about me. We're talking about you. In 2024, should you expect a $30,000 increase? The only way you're going to get a $30,000 increase, there's a couple of ways. Number one, if you work for a very small company and they are light on policy and structure, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean they're a small company and the owner is not too far away and they can just pretty much do what they want. Most major corporations, your Fortune 500, your Fortune 100, they have policy, procedure, and are governed under federal regulations, not necessarily as it pertains to salary, but also fairness and workplace laws, etc. So if you have set a policy that this is the incremental raise structure, this is if you apply for a promotion, based on a promotion, if you go 1, 2, 3 levels, most companies are not going to promote you over 2 levels. So you're not going to go from supervisor to senior manager. You're not going to go from manager to director in most places. It just really depends on the structure. If you are elevated 1 to 2 levels, let's just say you luck up and go from a supervisor to a manager, or it's rarely they're going to happen when you get to certain points that you're going to go up to where you're going to see a $30,000 increase. Keep in mind, so number one, if you work for a small company and they have pretty much kind of carte blanche and they are able to make moves without a lot of policy structure. And also, number two, if you have a fabulous HR person who's like, you know what? Yeah, okay, I see it. I see it. I can advocate for you. Or if you are applying for a promotion and you've got a TA person who is like, you know what, the band is this, and you're not currently in the band, we're going to bring you into the band, the pay band structure, and I'm also going to put in, I'm going to recommend maybe a 10% bump. Or what we're going to do is we'll factor in a bonus to give you what you want this year, and next year you'll get that when you get your increase if you get the top end of your, like, you got to look at the whole package, right? I don't see coming into your manager's office who really doesn't make the decisions. Unless your manager is a senior director, a VP, somebody who owns that budget, ain't nobody got the authority. Your manager, your senior manager does not have the authority on that damn budget. They just don't. I don't care how much they throw their weight around. They're not managing that budget. They've got that thing down to 10 cents, okay? If you go in there and say you're leaving unless you get a $30,000 raise, sis, unless you are that valuable, and no disrespect, that they feel like they cannot move along without you. Some people take very much offense to people feeling, to almost getting like a offer that they can't refuse type ultimatum. Okay, people don't always do well with ultimatums. I think that it's good to have a conversation about salary and structure. I think there's nothing wrong with setting up an appointment and maybe having an appointment with your HR business partner that manages your group, and just say, I'd really like to talk about salary and understand where I'm at and potentially where I could be, and also your career path within that particular job, and would you see that money ever? The money that you think you should be earning or that you know other people are earning, keep in mind when you came in and you came in at your salary 10 years ago, people are coming in at higher salaries. So let's just say the job you came in at 50 10 years ago, even if you're not in that job right now, people are coming in at 65. They may even be coming in at 75. The job you're doing right now for the past 3 years, you're making 100 and people are walking in at 110, 115, 120. It's because you can't get them anymore. Me as a TA person, if I hired someone 3 years ago at 100 and someone's coming in now at 115, they've got a certification, they have a very particular experience, they're coming with best practices from one of the industry leaders, and they just come in with that talk, that swag, that impressive interview, yes, they're getting offered. So there is the range, and there's the bottom of the range, there's the mid range, there's the top of the range. You kind of reserve mid range and top of the range if you have to. Most companies want to see you plus or minus about 5% of the middle of the range for a new hire. You might be left of center because you got promoted and they brought you into the range with maybe like a little bit of a bump. Guys, okay, let me handle this. Yo. Okay. Okay. All right. You may be left of center because as a current employee and you got bumped up. So you guys follow what I'm saying. If you guys really want to do an in-depth, let's talk about how salary structures work. I feel like I've talked about this before, but it does get a little bit technical. But at the end of the day, that is one of the worst things to know, is to find out that your colleagues make more than you and they've had less time than you. They might even be younger than you, but age does not matter, because you don't want someone talking about you because you're older. You can't, like, age is not a factor, okay? It may make you feel some type of way that so-and-so is 20 years younger than you and they're making $10,000 more than you, but that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? And it's really important to keep yourself very current, relevant, increase your skill set, increase always in your knowledge. And also, I don't want to say like run around, make yourself valuable as, you know, but you know, sometimes people have to, you have to do this shift and move. You can't get so comfortable in your spot that you're not looking for different opportunities within your company. If you are working for a huge company that really, really, really means what they say about internal mobility and hiring from within, it is incumbent upon you that every 12 to 18 months you are interviewing, you are talking to different leadership, you are understanding the structures, and you are looking for opportunities within your company to advance. If you're not doing it, you're going to be left behind, and your daughter's friend is going to be accepting a job next to you and making $10,000 more than you, and you're going to feel some type of way. Okay? And that's just facts. That's facts. You got to elevate. You got to elevate. You cannot expect, you sometimes you're going to outgrow your job, but you're not going to outgrow them pockets, right? You just bought a Mercedes and you want that Mercedes, I got a Mercedes promotion money. You have got to, you have got to put yourself in a position, and sometimes that means walking. So I'm not saying that you should leave your company, but just take, you know, if you want to reach out to me privately, please feel free to do so, and we can have a talk. But at the end of the day, be careful. I would not give any ultimatums. I would be on some fact-finding mission. I would be, I would talk to the HR business partner, ask about some questions, ask about career pathing, ask about internal mobility, and trust me. Hey, Bill, guess what? Yeah, I just had an interesting conversation with Julie. She came by and she wanted to know about something that Jerome has downstairs. It's a little bit, it might be a lateral move, but you know, the pay grade is higher, and sis is looking for some opportunities, not only to advance, maybe increase her skill set, but also make more money. Oh, okay. Now, is that is that a bona fide that's going to happen? It's 50-50. Like, people are not, people are messy, people will talk even in the workplace, and your manager does have a right to know if you are looking. If you sit with that HR person and says, please, I would rather you not mention this to my boss because I'm not actively looking right now, I just want to collect information and understand the internal mobility process, and you ask for a confidential, don't put it in email, just when you get the meeting, just say, I'd like for this to be confidential. I'm not looking right now. Don't tell your left hand what your right hand is doing. If you give them an opportunity to promote you and pay you more money and they decline, sis, you know what to do. They will understand when you're leaving. You do not want a company throwing money at you because you're walking out the door. Okay. Are we here? Okay. When you're ready to go, be ready to go. Don't be ready to go because you're not, because they did not agree to your ultimatum. Ultimatums do not work because they're going to know that you're looking. They're going to know that they're not able to give you what they want. If you, for some reason, end up having to pick up your face because you can't find the job that you want, and I'm not saying because you're not qualified, the job that you want, your dream job, girl, is something in my hair? Your dream job may not be available at this moment. It could take you 3, 6 months to a year to find that job. Do not tell those people. Collect your coins. Get your head on straight of, I'm out of here. Doesn't mean don't do a good job. Do a great job. But just keep your eyes open. Update your LinkedIn. Take those long lunches. Go take an appointment. Take a phone call, take a Zoom, and just let people know out here when they're calling you on LinkedIn, I'm open to opportunities. I've had these for a long time. I got these at Neiman's. I love these sunglasses. And they're pretty much a staple. I think you see them a lot in black. You'll see them, they're Gucci. The black, just look for the black, and then they'll have other colors. And usually this is kind of like a mainstay. You can find these all the time. I would, yeah. Do not, in the workplace, baby, don't do that. I've had managers call me because they have a feeling someone is leaving. When I worked for Fortune 1, I worked for Walmart corporate. I worked and supported their global shared services division. And when they got the notion, or hey, so and so's at six, been here for, I have a couple of employees that are getting ready, because Walmart corporate, they have a very much of a shift and move culture, a very much internal mobility. Like 40% of my placements were internal mobility, which means people on the move within the company, right? When they knew that people were getting ready to leave, they would start not getting ready to leave, but they would want to open requisitions and just have what we call evergreen recs, where you're not really hiring for a specific opening, but because they might be a heavy churn department, like let's just say some sort of account manager, maybe they have like 50 people working in a department, but they have that position and they fill that position on a regular basis. Not in no way, shape, or form can you pre recruit for someone's job. Like if someone has not turned in a resignation, I cannot open a requisition under your job number. I can't do that. You have to have turned in a resignation, right? But small companies will do that shit, and it's nothing illegal. It's just not a good practice. And most companies have regulations and policies against doing that because someone could change their mind, and if they have not given a resignation, um, that is a potential lawsuit. So you do not start hiring for any positions that are not available. A position becomes available to recruit for when someone puts in a letter of resignation. Then we can open a requisition under your job number. Understand, as a person at a company, you have two things. You have a position that is assigned to you under an opening in that manager's department, and it is assigned a job code, which is your job, right? As you move with your employee number, so you have three things. You have your employee number, you have your job position, and you have a job code, right? Your employee number never changes. You could change a position number because you've moved to a different department and your job could stay the same, or your job could change, right? So that's how we designate open recs, under job codes and also position numbers, right? If you are working for a very small company, they may not even be under that structure. And I shy away from those type of companies. And I love small companies, but small companies with no structure, it gets very messy and people usually leave very unhappy. So if you work for a large company, good. I would have those meetings. Let me get back to your question. I would have those meetings with your HR business partner. I would tell your manager nothing, because your manager is not managing money. They're just not. They don't even have a say in the budget. They get told by their director what they have. Okay, you have 12 people this year. We're going to bump you to 15. So you have three. You have three openings, and your manager might not even be in a position to negotiate if somebody wants $1 more. So you need to understand the structure of your department and the bandwidth of your manager. And it's not to say to go over your manager, but just understand your structure. So that's part of getting your information and reading the room, because you may have an expectation that someone can do something and they can't. Okay? And they can't. Okay? That was a very long answer. Let me see if we have time for another one. If I didn't completely answer your question, let me know. But I would say first things first, you need to do your research. And if your research is telling you that you're underpaid $30,000, let me tell you. Let me give you a best example. The company that I worked for, I was working in, you guys know I worked at agency. I worked at agency for a long time, so staffing companies, right? I worked for a healthcare staffing company. I'm not even gonna lie. Which I wouldn't lie anyway, but 2000, let me think. When did I make my big move? I left from agency and went to corporate recruiting. I started corporate recruiting 12 years ago. I was basically making the same in agency at that time. Let's just say around 2010. I was making under 100. But my salary was like 50% salary and the rest was based upon my placements, right? When I went to corporate recruiting, I had a salary and my salary was over what I was making in agency, okay? I was working for a lab company. It was a privately owned, but they had about 250 employees. They had a full little small HR department. I was hired for TA. And that job, because of that job, I got recruited and I got recruited by their global shared services division, and I was still making like right up under, but they did huge bonuses. Anyone who has ever worked for Walmart before, and I'm not talking about the retail stores, I'm talking about corporate, they do between like a 20 and 25% of your salary bonus depending on how well you do. They're what you call a pay for performance company. So you have your salary and you have your projected salary based on your performance. And if your performance is top tier, you will get top tier bonuses. So you will clear over $100,000, like at least in the role that I was in. And that was like what, 12, 13 years ago, right? Anyway, that was a big move for me. Moving from agency to corporate HR, I solidified my money. My money wasn't based anymore on salary and commission. It was all salary. So for me, that was a win. Even though it was somewhat of a lateral move, it was a win for me because I didn't have to sweat it out every month to figure out what was I going to make, what I wanted to make. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to be very deliberate in these moves, right? So I made that move. I solidified. I went from one position where I would get some monthly bonuses, $1,000, whatever. And that was cute. It was very cute. But because I wasn't getting that before. And really, all I had to do was my job. In agency, girl, when you work agency is a grind, okay? Going into corporate recruiting was the best thing I ever did. Um, and then going to Walmart was next level. The experience was next level. Going to Arkansas, meeting people from all over the world. Bentonville, Arkansas is like its own little microcosm of, it's crazy. Um, but I learned a lot in my years working for Walmart, and then took that and I worked for another company called XPO Logistics, which was like a really big logistics company where I learned a lot there too. But when you have to make power moves with your money. If you're not making power moves and you are really conscious and aware of what you're doing, do not, you know, like you have to make power moves, and you have to be conscious about what you're doing, and you need to just accept it. Like when I made a lateral move, basically I got like a little bit of a bump. I was okay with that because I knew I was going to be netting the same money, but it was a guarantee. You know what I'm saying? You got to think about those things when you're looking for a job. Oh, thank Aaliyah, you're so sweet. Thank you. Okay. Let me see if we have time for one more question because I think the lesson is getting ready to wrap up. I'm sitting out here at tennis. All right, maybe we'll do these next two tomorrow. I've got one that starts out saying, "Hey, Miss Fran, I want to start out by saying I love your videos, and BougieGang community really lifts me up some days. Last year I left a very abusive relationship." So yes, sis, we're gonna get to you. Hopefully you can hold on. We're coming. We're gonna read this tomorrow, okay, sis? Let me finish reading it real quick and then you guys chime in down below. So this is letter number 4, guys. Hey, Miss Fran, I want to start out by saying I love your videos, and BougieGang community really lifts me up some days. Last year I left a very abusive relationship. Since then I have been working to rebuild myself and my kids' lives after leaving everything we had behind. To make a long story short, I'm in the process of getting a new, more lucrative job, being so expensive. Girl, I don't have my glasses. I'm in the process of getting a new, more lucrative job, but I'm constantly running into childcare issues due to being so expensive. Getting back in contact with my ex to have him watch our children is my only option, but our relationship was very volatile, and me leaving, of course, only added to the fuel to the fire. I know he would never hurt them and would take good care of them, but he and I seeing each other in person would definitely be taking my life into my own hands, or that he would threaten not to give them back to me to do what he wants. Should I take a chance and acknowledge that it's either that or be on the street? Wow. Woo. Okay. I'm going to give you a quick answer. First of all, there's no amount of money to putting your life in danger, sis. You're going to have to do what you got to do to live on what you can live on to protect yourself and your kids. You know what I'm saying? People do make sacrifices and sometimes live to regret them. Now, making a sacrifice, like the fact that you even have to mention the kid's safety to me, if that's their father, like that should go without saying. You know what I mean? This community is not one of those, oh my God, men are so evil. At least I'm not like that. You guys know that. I would assume a father's going to do what a father's going to do and keep their kids healthy and safe and provide for them. That's my first assumption. Anything outside of that is like, oh shit, really? Um, the fact that you have to mention that, ma'am, don't do anything. You got to just keep yourself safe, and there is no job, there's no amount of money that is worth putting your kids at risk, because unfortunately there are parents out here that will take kids out because they're mad at you. So I'm glad we read that letter. We will do a little bit more on it tomorrow, but first and foremost, don't do it. Don't do it. Just find what you can find to keep your head above water, provide food and shelter, ask for help where you can get help, and do not. Okay, garbage man, come through, garbage. Okay, come through, trash collectors. Okay, my God. Um, yeah, there's no amount of money, sis. I promise you. There is no amount of money worth your peace of mind for someone to snap on your kids. Do not do it. If you left because and you have no one to help you do better, or someone who wants to see you improve or level up your money, then you are going to have to do it yourself. You need to try to find one room with a bathroom and a kitchen and somewhere where your kids can lay their head to rest. It's summertime right now, so you can be a little bit more flexible, and you got to figure out ways to get your money up. I mean, I'm of social media. I'm sitting here right now and I'm making money. Okay? Now, is it easy as one, two, three to do that? For some people, it is. I've had to work many, many years to be able to have 400 people or however many people, well, 231 in my live at this moment. Um, I've had to work for that. It's for people to show up and be on notifications and subscribe to my channel, but you can't get that until you start. So if you're home right now, figure out a platform that you like that works for you, and start producing some content. Do what you got to do. Find a work from home job. Get on your computer after you watch this video, or while you're watching on your phone, get on your computer and look for a work from home job. Every job does not consist of you leaving the house. If you have been working in retail or food services, figure out your transferable skills that can have you working from home, and that you can segue to a customer service job, some sort of job that you can do from the house with good Wi-Fi, and keeping the kids very quiet and trying to. And if you're in a certain income bracket, then you need to go see about your resources. You need to see about childcare resources. You need to see about housing. You need to see about some help, because sometimes your own people are not going to be the people to help you. So I hope that you use your options. Do not, if you have to factor in with this man is trying to threaten your life, you don't need to pick up your kids and he done ran your kids off to Kalamazoo, okay? Or damn Kansas City, Los Angeles. You can't find them. He don't know where they are. I mean, there are horror stories every day of people doing all the wrong things with their own children. So please do not risk your children over anything. Anything. Period. Just don't. Okay. I'm so glad we read that because that was like an emergency dear friend letter. My bad. I'm sorry I hadn't read that much sooner. But sis, I hope to God that you are that you're safe and safety first. Okay. As a mother, safety first. Okay, because you can't protect them if you're in jeopardy. Okay. We have one other. I'm gonna post all these dear friends. I'm gonna screenshot them and post them. Um, let's save this next one for tomorrow. First off, I want to thank you so much for getting me through some of the most darkest times. Dear friend, thank you for getting me through some of the most darkest times I never thought I'd go through. Your realness has pushed me into truly sit back and check myself. Oh, I love you guys so much. Um, I was out here living wrong and not knowing my worth. She says, and she put her name in here. She says, my name is Star. I'm 35 years old. I'm a single mother, married and separated. I never any help. 1 to 3 girls, age 18, 14, and 5. And I'm a registered medical assistant. Okay, good. Okay. For 15 years. And I'm hoping one day I'll be able to finish my degree and become a psychiatric nurse practitioner. That's awesome. Um, right now, I have found myself in a feeling grateful and uncertain. I finally was approved for a beautiful townhome, but I have no clue how I am going to pay for the security deposit and household necessities. I have asked my family and friends and government resources, no help at all. All at no help at all. My currently apartment is molded and just pursue and just disgusting. I can't take any large items with me due to the damage. Any advice on how to pull this all together? I don't make much and I'm not picky. Our comfort and safety and peace is the only things that matter. Thanks, Fran. Thank you for being a friend. Thank you for being Bougie Gang. And may his continued to bless you and your family. You are truly an inspiration and many blessings. Okay, so we're going to talk about that. Let me see. We have a few minutes. The kids are finishing up. Um, you need some emergency money and you have a job. I mean, I don't know, like financially, I don't know what you are waiting for, like as far as like, do you need $1,000? You need $2,000? You need like, do you need major money for the deposit for the townhouse? Or you need a couple of $1,000s. And to some people, if you don't have any money, a couple $1,000s is major money. So I don't want to seem flip, but you know, everyone's perspective is different, right? So I really need to understand more like what you're looking for and but what I'm going to say is this, you got to take it one step at a time. So you're out here, you're getting approved for a townhouse. That's a wonderful thing. You're seeking out home ownership. You need to talk to the lender. You may even need to talk to your real estate agent and you need to tell them you need money. And is there NACA? Are there other home buying um, loans that you will have to put down minimal money? And sis, you're going to have to make it pop. I don't know if you make cakes. I don't know if you get stamps and you make cakes, you make plates, you make whatever. Sis, you're going to have to do what you have to do to make money. I'm certainly not saying sell your stamps, but I'm saying if you get food resources and you know that when you make a cake and you can take a $2 box of cake and whatever you do to it, people buy it up at $2 a piece and you can flip that and you can do that a couple of times a week and make an extra $500 a week selling cakes and cupcakes or plates or whatever it is that you do to make money. You got to do it. You got to sit and braid hair. I mean, there's so many different things that we as women can do. Men can go cut lawns. you know, trim bushes, cut hair, you can babysit. I mean, there's so many things that we can do to make a buck to get $1,000 real quick. And I know it might seem unbelievable right now, but there are ways to make money very quickly, legally. Okay? Sell something on eBay. Like if you want to get into this house, sis, you got to figure, you have to, I don't know what your financial structure looks like. I don't know what your money looks like. I'm not going to tell you don't pay your rent, but if you need to, you don't want to jeopardize your credit when you're finalizing a loan. Um, Also, sometimes a not yet is not a no. You know what I mean? You may have to delay 3 to 6 months. Um, if you are struggling with the deposit, I'm going to be honest with you. You could struggle with a mortgage. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have a home guarantee for a couple of years, but you have to be mentally prepared to know that there are going to be unexpected expenses to come up when you have a home. And you got to rally right now. You got to really think about, what can I do to make some money? Do you know how to braid? Do you know how to do hair? Do you know how to babysit? All of these things. You need to get the word out. There are people who are on Facebook every single day who are like, oh my God, I just made $10,000. I just made it. And of course, they have figured out a legal hustle that works for them. But there is nothing different about you than me and that anyone else who knows how to hustle and make a quick buck. And you got to look at your resources. Here comes Farah. You got to look at what you've got that you can flip into coin that is, you know, hey, babe. Huh? You want to see the live? Okay. Hold on. Have a seat.
Hello, live. Hello, live.
Keep it cute.
Um,
Say good morning.
good morning.
How are you?
Um, today we will be talking about my day
How was
today
camp?
during tennis.
How
It
was
was
camp?
really good. I struggled with the volleying thing because it kept going over the fence and stuff.
So you were hitting it. Oh, jeez. You were hitting it that hard that you hit the ball over the fence.
A
Wow,
little bit.
she's strong. Okay, Ferris, tell everyone to have a wonderful day and hit the like button,
Have a wonderful day. Hit the like button.
subscribe, make
Subscribe.
sure your notifications are set,
Make sure your notifications are set.
and Bougie Gang, 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 and Bougie Gang.
And Bougie Gang.
In Bougie Gang, we trust.
Bye.
Okay. Okay.
And Bougie Gang, we trust.
In Bougie Gang, we trust. You must. No, I'm just kidding. Guys, I love you guys. Um, give a thumbs up for me, please. Um, Miss Lil Bougie, yes, she is. Okay, guys, you guys are awesome. This was fun. I hope you guys enjoyed. I think I went through all of the Dear Frans. We'll go back to the last two and revisit them a little bit more in depth. But to the two sisters that have very serious situations happening, we are thinking about you. We are going to think about it overnight. And really, I'm going to post each one of those separately. And if you have any thoughts and ideas, drop for the sis. And then we will talk about them, your comments and everything tomorrow. So maybe I'll just drop them all in one post. I'm not going to do 5 individual posts. I'll post each individual letter as a slide, and you guys comment number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. You guys drop some comments specifically for 4 and 5. Those sisses need some help and some ideas on what to do to move forward in a positive way. So please go ahead and make sure to give them some feedback. I'll get those posted in like the next hour, okay? All right, guys. Love you guys. This was so much fun. We'll be back tomorrow and we'll talk about that and then whatever else comes up. Okay. Bye, guys. See you later.
Bye. Bye, Bougie Gang.
She said, bye, Bougie Gang. See you later, guys.